graphic, like Girona mouse. The most racist. Like if you're gonna get a hologram, you got to get the most racist of the mice.
Mouse.
That's what the chief of the Native American, and in the Five Goes West cards, they are officially listed as Indian.
It's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I just died immediately on a thing I haven't died on all week. That happened. I had a demo at work today. And so like before the demo, I like tried this thing like 6 times to make sure it would work. and you're going to be shocked by what I'm about to tell you, like utterly shocked.
Wow.
Come demo time, do you think it worked?
I bet it did. That always happens. Yeah.
And I didn't absolutely, and like normally you know me, I like to talk, but then I had a nice double combo. My wife and my mom, normally my phone is pretty quiet throughout the day, or if I get a text, it's a single text. They decided to start, like, I can't be mad at this, but it was just very atypical for the time of day. Like, I wouldn't have thought to turn off my cell phone during a presentation, especially since, I'm remote and I just put the phone, like, it's not like up in front of me, it's just on the desk charging. But my wife and mom started talking about like a type of grain back and forth. And so my phone's just over here buzzing. And my demo and my like the thing I had tried isn't working. I'm like, well, it was going great.
That's amazing.
Yep. So yeah, same thing, just much like, okay, I've now do you want my easy defense? Easy, simple defense?
Yes.
The classic defense, the one you're familiar with. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to die and just restart because I want lives to do this. New controller. Now, admittedly, this controller is actually better because I'm using the like fancy, nice handle grips, really good response one instead of the Switch itself, which looks like a Game Gear. And I like the Switch, but like it's actually a really horrible controller, especially for like Nintendo games. Because if you try and hit select, because they have the little, what are like the little joysticks that aren't the D-pad, like they kind of, are curved.
What, the analog
like
sticks?
The little, what?
Analog sticks? What?
Is that the term? Because they like came about, I remember like them first being on like the PlayStation 2 is a big thing. Is analog sticks the name for like almost looks like an old arcade joystick topper?
Yes. Yeah, and the N64 was the first home console to have that.
Yeah, like the D one, like the one at the bottom. I wish the N64 controller design had caught on as like the standard.
Everyone talks about how weird it is, but it was so great to use.
Because it's more intuitive. Like one hand holds and is still useful, and then the other hand's in a more comfortable position. Because you know what, I'm going to give this away. Most of us are not ambidextrous or right hand dominant. So I would prefer a controller that makes it easier on my right hand while still making my left hand useful.
Yeah, and I to be honest, I think most modern controllers are pretty comfortable.
No, they're not.
I do
You're
like.
wrong.
But you're right about the Switch. Like as a controller, oh my god, I found that when playing Metroid Dread.
So wait. So
yes,
when you were playing Metroid Dread on the Switch,
yeah,
did you dread playing Metroid?
No.
Okay, continue.
It was where yeah, it like especially for trying to do some of the more challenging platformy stuff, like I had kind of a hard time with it, and easier with like a more normal controller. And I haven't actually gone through that game again ever since I got like a standard controller for the Switch, but someday I will, and I'll probably find it more comfortable. That's my Metroid Switch story. Hope you liked it.
We agree. Well, it's like the same thing like on Castlevania. On this one, I've lamented my hatred of some of these controls, right? Where pressing up and B as your special weapon is terrible, given that this game just is like, I hate myself. All right, given that this game just loves stairs, and stairs, their control for stairs is up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So to duck, you press down, and to use your weapon, you press up. And so it is virtually, and this game is a melee, it's technically a side score, but I could also, you tell me, you know video games better than me. Like, what would you call, like, does this qualify as a melee, or is there a specific term for melee? Melee, like fighting, or?
I would call it melee, yeah.
Yeah,
Like the combat is, yeah, because you just have like your whip. I mean, Dracula shoots little fire, Alucard shoots little fireballs, but and you have like your special weapons. But yeah, like it's mostly like melee combat, right?
Yeah, so to like
Oh my
disable
god.
half of the major controls for melee combat for like just a general like navigation is just terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
But yeah, so I absolutely just hate that. And so that's the problem, is the Switch has a D-pad and then the analog above it. And the issue is, if you try and press select, I often find I inadvertently hit the analog, and much like the D-pad, it controls your movement. So like you try and
Oh,
hit
yeah.
select to change between characters, and then you change orientation. And that's another great part of this game, is you're not able to change direction in midair. And it's actually really hard to like turn around. Bright eyes, every now and then I fall apart. But so as a result, it means that it's really important that your character is facing the right direction when you want to do stuff. So if when you try and switch characters, the game is like, turn them in the wrong direction, got it. I'm like, I love this.
Yeah, it's true.
But to be fair
Yeah,
to the original game, we can't really be mad at Castlevania 3 for not being designed for a controller of the future, as well as not, the original designers were not aware they were going to change the damage boost, as we've mentioned many times.
yeah, like that's true, but like the game still handles it plays pretty terrible. Like
I thought you were going to be complimentary, but nope.
no, I'm not. Because it plays horrible because they made it play just like the first game all over again, which we gave a
Well, the
pass.
second game too, I think all the second game really fixed was kind of like some of the animations and stuff. And I would argue the select issue, where this game has this problem too, where you when you get a new weapon, it overwrites your other weapon.
Mhm.
So it gets very funny, where there might be the weapon you want at the beginning of the level, and so you don't want to replace that weapon, which to me is counterintuitive. You don't want a fighting game where you are actually punished for getting more, killing more enemies, or getting or doing more exploration.
Yeah, I have to
So yeah.
re-figure out the pattern.
Yeah, but so oh, you're doing your thing. Yeah. So I was going to say, yeah, like Castlevania 2 fixed that, in that they made it that you could switch between secondary weapons and hold them. And so that happened in 2, and then they got rid of it. And I'm still angry, by the way, that they're trying to keep the Metroidvania label, in that really only Castlevania 2 qualifies of the first 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but really that label was given to it for Symphony of the Night, which is really the Vania and Metroidvania, and as I've said before, like I was on Team Metroid for a really long time, and of course I still am. But after playing Symphony of the Night, it deserves to be there. Like it's that good.
Oh, good.
All right. Zero
Birds.
lives. I think I got the pattern. Till the pattern changes, because for some reason they thought it needed to do that after half an hour of waiting for these bricks to fall.
Mm-hmm.
I bet this is. I don't know if anyone's here, but I bet this is all they see me do tonight. Is just this thing, just like last time.
Well, here's what we're hoping, because we're kind of agreeing from a curse perspective, that if one of us beats this stupid game, we can move on to Radical Racers. Now, bad
Yes.
news, listeners. Next week I am traveling,
Me too.
so it will not. I will look who's special and copying
Yeah.
me. That's
Trying
fine.
to trying to be the only traveling guy. I'm traveling too, everybody.
Sure he is.
Yeah, I am.
All right, I believe you. I believe you're not making this up and not
I'm
just like, oh,
no,
but
it's true.
I
I'm
don't want to
traveling.
seem uncool. I'm traveling.
I'm traveling
Okay.
places.
We just watch you play that stupid level all night and just say, I'm traveling back and forth. That's all the night is.
That's, people would be thrilled to tune in for that.
All right, here's what's rough. I only have 1 life left, but if I can get through this screen, it's a guaranteed win.
Exactly, Mitty, just like last time. Welcome to part 2. Sound like that went well?
Sorry. It's so stupid. I didn't think those flipped. Whatever.
Oh no. All right.
All right. So anyway,
0.
welcome back to 2TB Gaming,
Oh yeah.
where
I'm your
we are
host, Landon.
found most places as RixterGT because Rixters are a popular form of car made by the
No.
Ford company.
None of that is even remotely true.
Well, GT is, certainly GT can't be a type of car. That just sounds
It
made up.
it is a type of car.
I don't believe you.
And
Certainly didn't get to see
it
like
is
a
actually
really.
a Ford.
I didn't get to see a really nice red one from Alaska,
Oh.
which we've discussed on the show. I love, I love that I am both so unknowledgeable and sarcastic that I can flip between knowing stuff and pretending I don't know, and then being earnest. It's impossible to know the difference.
I never know. All right.
Hmm.
Here we are. Nozor tanks. We are not actually using TVs.
But
That's
if we were
something I'm just
real, if we
happy
were
to
real,
happy to lie
if we
about.
were real gamers, we would. So actually, that's a funny comparable. We can come back to the show on something we have done. He did it
No.
in, yeah, well, he did it in under 44 minutes. He almost did it in under 44. I think it was 43 and a half.
Ooh.
But I believe his name is Oats and Goats. I want to say, I could be wrong. But he's a pretty prolific Metroid streamer, Metroid Prime in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And he just broke the world record at Metroid, at Super Metroid. I don't know
That
why
is
I said
very cool.
Metroid Prime.
Yeah, because
His
he's the one who can do who did like the
official
no
game
hit.
time at the end was 27 minutes, according to, because I guess the way they do it for world record time is playtime.
Right.
But the way you could also qualify the game is on like the way they qualify your rewards. Like if you see Samus in a bikini and stuff is uninterrupted time. So that's no animations, no pauses, no weapon changes, that kind of stuff. So his official time when he was finished with the game was 27 minutes via the game clock.
That is crazy. That's just bananas.
It's almost like it's the best in the world.
Almost.
Except it is. Hope he gets to keep it for a while, because I think we've kind of talked streaming and stuff on the show, and like there's a guy that's just a really prolific maybe that too, who knows, but Mega Man 2 streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And just like he's held the world record. Like, I don't know what happened. I used to know how to play this game, I promise. He's held the world record like a combined total of 5 months, despite beating it like 4 or 5 times. So like every time he beats the world record, someone's like, I gotta beat it too. So he can't even enjoy himself.
That's the
people are the worst.
The wide world of esports. Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Same. Let's see. I have other stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 tomorrow with my brother and Jeff.
Very nice.
So in that movie, so here's something wild. Do you know how long that movie is, including credits? Total
Uh,
runtime.
87 minutes?
Too high, 84 minutes.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What about that?
So it's
Is it
84 minutes long. That's it. And we're done. Talk to you next week. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is 84 minutes long. In the movie, there is a 3-minute long scene roughly. I didn't time it. I probably should go back and time it, but I don't want to because I would have to watch it again. Of Donatello doing a database lookup of the location of a canister of ooze. So I want to stress the movie is 84 minutes long.
Uh-huh.
That means 10% of the movie would be 8.4 minutes. The movie spends 3 minutes with the turtles attempting to hack a computer to tell them the location of a canister of ooze. They get locked out. You think that would mean something, but no. Then I forget his name, but Shredder's like number 2 guy just like reveals that he has the canister, and then they fight.
That's amazing.
So it was absolutely needless as a scene. Like,
What a twist.
it didn't get him in trouble. Security wasn't called. Someone wasn't alerted. They were like, "Where's the ooze can? Oh no, I hope we don't get locked out of the computer. Then we won't be able to find the ooze can." And the ninjas were like, "Oh, we already got it." And they're like, "Oh, okay.
That good.
Should we fight about it?" And they're like, "Yes, but not with your weapons because we're not allowed to." True story.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched the Secret Galaxy. We'll reference them a lot in the show, but the Dan Larson episodes of Secret Galaxy. Well, Dan Larson's the host of a YouTube channel called Secret Galaxy, which you should check out if you haven't.
Okay.
Like, if you like Nerd with Dre and Jeff, you'll like that because it's basically there's another Jeff in the world. He's from New England as well. Is really into like vintage geek stuff.
Nice.
But he talks about it, and so yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, because it was so because the first movie was so popular with kids, it got scrutiny, and they basically got a lot of notes about what they were and were not allowed to do with the second movie. So nunchucks weren't allowed. So you'll notice Mikey never uses his nunchucks.
Not allowed to be used, or not allowed to be
used.
seen?
He wasn't.
Like,
I think not allowed. At one point, April picks them up and says she's a chucker,
okay.
but she doesn't use them. Like, she uses them poorly, and Kino, played by Ernie Reyes Jr., is like, "I think you should keep practicing," and then that's it.
That's
But we
crazy
never
because
see
like
Mike.
that was one of like the coolest scenes in the first one, right? Where he's like doing the
Yeah, the nunchuck off.
yeah. Back. Ninjas.
Yeah, I know.
Ninjas
Just
are cool.
thinking about that scene right now, I'm excited.
I know. It was awesome.
But not thinking about that scene, I'm sad.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know, right?
You better think about that scene.
Don't stop thinking about that scene. I don't want to be mean though, because in that movie, like, the way he finally beats the nunchuck guy is he like starts spitting on his finger. You know what I mean? The guys should just be like, clearly you have an apparatus to attach them to your finger. Like, it's a magic trick, and it's not a difficult magic trick to figure out.
Yeah, even when I was a kid, I thought that was kind of a dumb ending to that, because like the katas they were doing were like super awesome, and then that just looked kind of fake, and I'm like, oh, come on, go back, do something cool, you know.
Well, so the other thing that's important to note, this is, I hate to be mean, I kind of like this show as like a test run.
Yeah, no.
So I'll be like, I'll try out my material. No, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I'm like,
oh,
I'm gonna use it.
Oh, this game.
You have
These
my permission to
controls.
just go play Radical Racers. I will get through this game at some point.
I was doing so good this time. I didn't die.
I agree with Zortanks that we should just burn it all down.
I think he wants to burn this channel down because it's a big ol' sack of lies.
That was the plan, right?
Yeah.
we started this channel. You said one of these days you'll bring the gasoline, I'll bring the fire. We'll burn it all down. And I said I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know I jumped off at the last minute. I was trying to turn into a bat, and he wouldn't turn into a bat. And Alucard can't fly when he's not in bat form.
First he was trying to turn
Whatever
into a bat.
sense that makes.
Then he was trying to turn into a cat. And for some odd reason he was trying to turn into a rat.
Uh-huh. What
I
about
do
that?
not like green eggs and ham. I do
Oh,
not like
okay.
them, Sam. I am.
Yeah.
You ever seen Better Off Ted? I think I've mentioned that a lot.
I have not.
Such a good show.
It's true.
But
he's
yeah,
not
there's
that
a
man.
scene with that where he's like we got to do human testing. He's like no. He's like our procedure is like first we've got to test it on a rat, then a cat, then for some reason a bat. I'm like, you're such a
Oh,
funny show.
wait. I'm still alive. Still alive. Still alive, everybody. This is all fine. Just getting knocked around. That's no problem. That's no problem. I used 1 heart of bat power,
Wait, why does oh
but I've
so
got 4
Zortanks
left.
is going alphabetical? That's not my testing procedure.
No?
Yeah. That's like those clever, those like little quizzes on Facebook that are like, if you can solve this, you have an IQ of 1,000,000,000. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, what comes next in the sequence?
A, B, C.
Q, W. What does come next in the sequence? There's a lot of programming. We do that a lot.
All right, you know what? I'm going for. I can get there. Did it. That was all part of the plan. Hope that was exciting for everybody because that was all intentional. I just try to make it really cool.
Okay, so actually, I'm very annoyed because this clip isn't on YouTube. It's kind of a pain to make. I need to get software that lets me stream things so I can clip them because like various like QuickTime won't let you screen record on top of like Amazon.
No. Oh, yes. Hey, T-Raf. Yeah, I can turn
Right.
into a bat. How is that not the coolest thing in the game?
Maybe a cat, then a dat, then a yat. Hope he doesn't get too fat.
None of these things.
All of these things and more on 2TV Gaming.
You know what cool stuff you're gonna get. All right, I'm gonna go down here because there's this one up.
Why does saying the year say what? And why wouldn't you? Like QuickTime is actually it's a built-in tool that's very easy for doing screen recordings. Got a good UI, it's fine.
Really?
Like it's not. I'll give like the 2 cents that it's not. Like and you're like using a typewriter, old man, and it's like, well, if a typewriter worked as well. And there is some funny stuff with like modern day stuff where like the analog version, not controller, we've discussed this, but where like the analog version was better.
Mm-hmm.
Like watches. Like what's the deal with watches nowadays? They do everything but be a watch. Same with phones. Be here all week.
Did I tell you about my my idea, my product idea?
Uh-oh.
For a clock. So like imagine your smartphone, like your iPhone or Android, whatever you have. It's just like this rectangle black screen thing, right? Now imagine if you know how like on your lock screen it'll like show the time.
Yes.
What if that's
going?
what if that's all it did?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't you want like this clock that looks like a smartphone, but it's actually just a clock?
So, no. But what is hilarious, what is annoying to me, is you have pitched a funny idea.
Oh, good thing I jumped there.
Oh, yeah, I was almost going to make a Black Mirror joke. Zortanks brought that up in the channel. I was almost going to be like, what if when you looked at it, it was like a mirror that showed the evils of technology?
Oh crap! This is the
No, but
moving.
okay, so Taraf just asked, do you need to carry it around with you? Of course, but what I was going to say is that would be an amazing prank device because you could replace
Oh my
people's phones with your clock.
god! They'd be like, I can't unlock my clock. Be like, what are you talking about? Can't you see the time? Yeah. Well, that's
Or
good. That's all
better,
it
better.
does.
No, actually, okay, to be slightly less mean-spirited, what you could do is if someone's like, "Hey, can I use your phone real quick?" You're like, "Sure," and you pull out your smartphone clock, and you just hand it over. And they're like, "Wait, why doesn't this unlock?" And you're like, "No." And MIDI named it in the chat, or just MIDI. I don't know. MIDI squared, two MIDI, two MIDI, too furious.
Maybe too many, too furious.
All right.
But
But it's called the time brick.
time brick.
The time brick.
Maybe. Maybe it is.
Now that people are on board with your idea, you're upset. You're like, I didn't sign up for an awesome name and an awesome idea.
No, this was an awesome idea. It's a good idea. People are gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'd buy a time brick. It's just MIDI.
Anyway, like and subscribe for
Sequel
more
all
great
goes
product
down
ideas.
on MIDI 3 Tokyo Drift.
All right, I got 1 HP left. That's how I like to do things. Now there are electric mummies, and I'm all the way dead. How about that, everybody? I get to start over back where I started. I get to do the bricks all over. Even though that's the furthest I've ever been, it might as well have not happened at all. That's this game. That's Castlevania.
So you know something else that happens in Teenage... Okay, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. This was key, and Dan Larson goes over it. What really happened with that movie is originally they wanted to make it for $3 million. And the
Okay.
budget kept ballooning, and eventually it was 13 million because like it ended up costing like just 3 million alone to have Jim Henson do the costumes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, they're worth it. Have you seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I have, and they were worth it. I would pay $3 million for
Yeah,
that.
that's true actually. So the budget balloons. But anyway, what kind of will happen in movies, and this isn't atypical, is they get through the budget and they want to do like reshoots or touch-ups. And they don't have the money and they actually did it. I'm forgetting the company's name, but it's like Gold. Feeling really upset. I need to look this up before the show, but it is actually the company that did a lot of Jackie Chan movies.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay. So here's a question. What if you just buy a phone and keep it permanently locked, like a cheap old used phone? They're discussing this in chat. Why can't you just buy a cheap old phone and keep it permanently locked as your phone?
It's got all this other
As your
stuff.
But you just never unlock it. Like what if you have someone set the passcode so you're never able to unlock it?
Doesn't it still have like Wi-Fi and like
Only if you
GPS
log in
and
and connect it.
well, and doesn't it also have like, you know, less battery than like this clock would? I mean,
Why
this
does your
clock would
clock
last.
have such great... You have not told me anything about the clock battery. We don't have a guarantee.
If it's like a cell phone battery, but all it is a clock, that lasts forever. And you know exactly how long because it's a clock. Oh, except I guess when it died, you wouldn't know what time it was. So maybe if you turned it on and watched and just looked at it continuously until it died, then you would know how long the battery lasts. I died.
There are lots of good ideas for how to use this thing for fraud and pranks, but not as a product. I literally have not had a problem beating the part that I have died 4 times in a row on now all week.
Oh, hey, Racer,
That's
hey.
just today. That is just today.
All right, so I got at least two sales so far, right? Because you'll buy one, right, Trey?
No.
Aw.
We have discussed, and we're gonna keep, like, we don't know the specifics, so we won't discuss too much more. But you are getting, like, basically getting an episode of Nerd in your honor, at bare minimum.
That's awesome. I'm excited about that.
I hope it is as awesome as it can be. Would be my 2 cents.
I'm sure it will be. Because like I said, I did just watch the 501, The American Tale, and I don't know why you thought I was gonna hate 50 Goes West so much.
It's not a good movie.
It isn't, but it's not.
We've established you hate good movies though too, so you're like, I guess I gave you too much credit. I thought it was bad even for you.
Why can't I open this brick?
So I guess I just did not know how bad your taste really was.
I
Like, I knew
guess
it was
not.
bad.
I guess you didn't. All right. No, I
You're
mean,
just like Siskel and Ebert, who gave it more stars than the first one.
that's ridiculous, yeah. But thanks, El Mariachi. Appreciate the.
True.
No, it's not true though.
And I just accidentally pressed up instead of whip and died. That's awesome.
Fighting a bunch
Love
of
this
bats. I don't know why I can't just go through this door right now.
Oh, so actually, cool. I can keep talking. I'm going to stay on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I'm practicing for tomorrow. And also, I did get to see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pretty good.
Yeah, I had no idea that was even a thing.
It cost 70 million to make, and thus far has made 50 million.
Okay. How
Movies
long
are
has it been
crazy.
out?
A week. It came out this weekend.
Okay.
I also had popcorn and like Airheads with this filling. My kid picked it out. I said he was allowed to pick out a treat, and he's like, I want these Airhead things. And I was like, go for it. And not gonna lie, pretty tasty.
Airheads with a filling?
Yeah. So you know how like Airheads are just like sugar?
Right?
Imagine if you just put a different sugar inside of them and then put sugar on them. You're like, would that taste good? And the answer is, yeah.
Sugar frosted, sugar filled sugar
Yeah,
balls.
it's pure sugar with a sugar filling, with the sugar topping.
It's brilliant.
I liked it.
But can they
All
tell
right, so
time?
you just didn't think 50 Goes West would, like, because yeah, like the three, like on the nerd show, if people haven't listened, like, yeah, we literally are like, do you want to just talk about American Tail instead? And then it's like, I guess we should talk about 50 Goes West. We're all like, this is not a good movie. Like, not even so, I don't know. That's the other problem is I would say it wasn't even actually,
mean,
if it weren't for the racism, I would say that it didn't even necessarily touch the so bad it's like you've got to see it. Like the racist Indian mice, Native American mice. I'm using the term Indian because that's what is literally on the 50 Goes West trading cards
right.
in 1991.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of comments about that. That was strange, but
You're like, well, that really bad part of the bad movie was bad, but the other
well,
bad
no. So
part,
the rest of it like wasn't bad in that way, right? Like it was just kind of like this kids show, right? Like and so like when I watched it recently, because I have
of
no
your own
idea.
free will, despite
Yeah,
being warned not to. But continue.
yeah. I got up like on Saturday or Sunday morning, whatever it was, poured myself a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, and that was like my morning, my Saturday, Sunday morning cartoon. And so I just kind of sat there and watched it.
As an
And
adult or as a kid, I can't tell.
like 2 weeks ago or whenever it was that I watched it.
I do like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, I like cereal. So I don't know, like if you put it up against like yeah, the other movies you guys were talking about, like what Disney was doing at the time, like yeah, it's terrible compared to something like Beauty and the Beast, right?
Won an Oscar.
Yeah. But as far as just like a cartoon to watch, it's not that bad. It's weird,
I mean,
but it's
yes.
I mean the performances are good, right? Like the acting is good. The characters are characters, but it's
One
got
way to
some
kill it.
it's got some funny parts in it.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't even talk about his trick hat.
How it turns into like like his
His
other
cowboy.
one.
Yeah, he just like flicks it and then suddenly he's got a cowboy hat and you guys weren't
That is,
impressed by that? Like that was amazing. Never seen anything like it.
no, it's nothing like a brick phone. Time Brick. Time Brick is a pretty cool name, by the way. Just as an FYI.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What? Medusa did not hit me there.
We've discussed this. I think is back on earlier episodes. It's one of the things you and I have talked about forever is like clipping and like collision detection in old vintage video games. How it can't really be
Good.
realistic. Like you're doing like square collision, but then you try and make things look circular. So you're like, there's no way that thing hit Sonic, and you're like, yeah, because Sonic is a circle, and that thing's really a square. Yes, by the
Yeah.
way, when you write,
What?
I'm curious. I'm actually curious if I can beat it this way.
I hope so.
This is a good weapon.
I hope you can beat
actually.
this game. Because I cannot.
Well, I have the cross, you know, the cross that comes back to you,
Oh, the boomerang.
the cross that comes back to you, the returning cross,
The boomerang. We call them
the
boomerangs.
return across.
No.
And I think
What do
I
you
can die.
what do you call that thing from Kroll?
I've never seen Crawl.
Oh, really?
The hand destroyer,
The hand destroyer.
because it's like a multi-bladed thing that he throws and then he catches it, but it would just cut up his hand. Listen, I
Not
haven't seen the
if you're
movie,
not
but I do recognize bad references. It's a weird talent of
No,
mine.
it's not. Oh,
Yeah, the
it's
hand
not.
destroyer,
It's
the
not
Kroll
bad.
hand
This
dest-
is.
the
Oh
the
no,
Kroll
no.
the
This is
Kroll
all. Don't
multi-knife
worry. This is all part of the
returning hand destroyer.
plan. This is all. That was what I meant to do. And that's fine. I'll just get hit by that guy.
Yep.
This is fine. Now I'm down to my one health comfort zone. Now we'll just calmly go up these stairs.
As we like staying in Fast and Furious references, you could be like, I live my life one health point at a time.
Why am I way down here?
It doesn't matter if you win by a health point or a mile. Winning's winning.
That is what they say in Fast and Furious. They were talking about health points.
Yeah, I can just start doing it.
We
Anyway,
should talk about
finishing
Fast
up
and Furious.
Teenage Mutant
Alright,
Ninja Turtles, the
yeah.
first one. The first one, they basically ran out of money. And the director even attempted to ask Disney to both distribute it and give them money.
Mhm.
And so Disney said no, and they said re-edit the movie and maybe. And then Disney came back and said, "Oh yeah, like we would be happy to distribute your movie, but this wasn't a meeting that was allowed." So like the director went over his original like financier's head. So basically, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, they ran out of money, and that's why like some parts of it, like the nunchuck thing or whatever, it's kind of like the special effects are good, but they almost it's a weird way to phrase it. Like the martial arts look good, but in some cases, it's almost like if you were watching a baseball movie and all the baseball looked realistic, but then it was just you're like this really realistic looking baseball, but it almost looks like you just have like baseball practice, and that's kind of what happened.
Okay. What do you mean?
Right, like by that what I mean is like instead of having more footage to cut with that would have been like more exciting, or to like reshoot a more exciting scene, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, well, I guess we're just going to use some like boring stock footage from this full fight that had more exciting in the middle of it, right? Like, or just, routine stuff as opposed to better.
Gotcha.
Because you do have, like, they did have really good stunt people doing the work,
Mhm.
but they didn't necessarily have as many takes as they might have liked, or even just like good footage to use. Because normally that's in a movie, right? You would like to,
Have good footage.
you would like, well, you would like to, do more takes and then you can edit, or
Sure. Yeah.
it's a 3 hour, you record 3 hours of film and you cut it down to 2 hours. But if you record 90 minutes of film, you get to cut it down to 87, which was like what the first one was. Which is what
Yeah.
makes it kind of sad that the second movie was shorter than the first, even though it had a bigger budget.
That
Also,
indeed.
way
They could
too
they
long.
could have had like another wrap in there for get it up to 90 minutes.
Well, so did you notice? Well, actually, have you seen the second one recently?
Not recently, no.
I'm going to spoil a lot of stuff for you. I don't care because you shouldn't watch it, but we've already established you don't have good taste, so you're probably going to watch
I'm
it.
definitely gonna watch it.
So Vanilla Ice comes up with an quote unquote improvisational rap
Mm-hmm.
after seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fight. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, that scene may be the entire podcast because it's like a fever dream, honestly.
Really? I remember
Um,
it being pretty cool when you're like
mhm, 10.
10, yeah.
But so these ninjas start fighting in a nightclub that Vanilla Ice is performing at, as he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like everybody just stops and watches these turtles fight two clearly grown men in puppet suits, which is Toka and Razor, the snapping turtle, and I want to say a wolf or husky or something.
What was he?
Pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure it was a
Oh.
Toka was a snapping turtle, and is or actually was it Toka was a wolf and Razor was a snapping? I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
How do you not remember? Did you just watch
Because I
it?
just watched it. My brain is like, please stop making me remember this. And I'm like, no. And my brain is like, I'm on strike.
I'm gonna have to watch this and then just so I can disagree with you because there's no way this is a bad movie.
We have already established that we can't know that because your taste is bad.
Why am I facing the wrong way?
Because your
Well,
taste is bad.
I'm gonna walk that back a little bit too. My taste is actually really good.
Okay.
So now that we've established that, I can I can contradict you on how good Ninja Turtles 2
Oh
is.
yeah, that's how it works. You just flip the taste flag.
Yeah, I just yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
like a computer science solution. I
I
remember that
almost
that
died
bugged
right
me.
there.
I think I've said this on the show
Oh my
before,
god, this bat is gonna kill me because I can't hit him.
but I remember in CS200, which was data structures,
Hmm.
I did we had to do a linked list, and for like extra credit, you could do a doubly linked list.
Okay.
For those that don't know, you could think of like a linked list as like a set of beads that were kind of tied together, but it was unidirectional. And a doubly linked list would be like a set of beads tied together, but with two strands instead of one. I think that works. I don't know.
Good enough.
Yeah, I'll count it. It's not amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, so I do a doubly linked list, and one of the hard problems with a normal linked list, this is like nice interview fodder, when you get code questions that you'll never use in the real world, but then they can prove that you read a book.
Right.
Um, but one of the issues of a normally linked list is it's actually hard to like do reverse and stuff because it's single ordered.
Mm-hmm.
So a doubly linked list is awesome because you can go forward and backwards. If you're tuning in for Castlevania, you're going to be like, what the heck are they talking about?
Be like link
but
list, yes.
so in the class, the teacher was like, how many people did a doubly linked list? And then I fell and cried and said, why, God, why? And the teacher's like, incorrect answer, proceed. But so he asked that. He goes, how many of you did the doubly linked list? And I raised my hand. I was one of only a few people did it, and I was all proud of myself. He was like, okay, how did you implement reverse? Because reverse was part of the assignment. The whole point is that's very computationally inefficient to do on a singly linked list.
Right.
And I started explaining like the array or like the for loop and stuff I wrote, and he's like, literally all you have to do is change the order, like change forward to backwards. So he's like, literally you just set head to tail and set forward to backwards and or backward to forward, and boom, there you do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so angry. But that's what you are claiming you are doing.
Are you saying I'm a doubly linked list? Is that what this whole story is about?
Yeah, yes, that's what this whole story was leading up to. No, I was saying when you're just like, we're like, well, we said Landon had bad taste. You're like, but actually I don't, so that's wrong. I'm like, oh, is that all you do? You just flip the flag.
That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
Although to be fair, if we know you have bad taste, then all you have to do is negate what you think is good to bad and bad by, like if all you have to do is negate the thing, it is 100% correlated with its inverse.
True.
Yep. Stats 101, people. That's what you come here for. People that can't play Castlevania and vaguely remember intro level college courses that you could potentially use on interviews at some point.
Potentially.
Potentially.
But maybe not.
Probably
but maybe.
Not. I wouldn't.
Me neither.
All right, but anyway, so the rap scene.
Yeah.
So there's a nightclub where Vanilla Ice is playing.
Right. Everyone's favorite.
And these possibly Ninja Turtles, but probably people in costumes bust in and start fighting these definitely people in a snapping turtle and wolf costume start fighting. And for some reason, the guy with the swords isn't allowed to use his, like he keeps touching his swords, but not pulling them out. And you're like, wonder if he's going to pull out his sword. Spoiler, never pulls out his sword.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, so that all happens. Vanilla Ice stops playing, like he was rapping, and he's like, "Oh my god, I gotta
whoa,
rapping because there's this fight going on. We can't rap well mutants or people in puppet suits. Probably people in puppet suits are fighting." He's like, "Wait a minute, I got an idea. I'm gonna rap about what's going on."
Like it's just how he deals with the world around him. It's just
starts. I would love that if that was like revealed in the movie. Like Vanilla Ice only speaks in raps.
That would be
awesome.
That would be awesome.
So he's just describing what's going on in rap form. But yeah, so he does that. He comes up with a rap that perfectly encapsulates kind of what's going on. He's like, "Yo, it's a green machine." Something. If he had mentioned Shredder, it would be even wilder. But he doesn't.
So, he like knows all their names. Like
he might. I forget how it goes. And there's another follow-up scene I'm going to mention in a second related to that. So he does that, right? He does the rap while they're fighting. Okay. The way. Do you know how the Ninja Turtles defeat Token Razor?
I don't remember.
You're going to love it. It's going to be right up your alley. You're going to say it's a brilliant idea.
I already like it.
They feed them donuts that have ice cubes with demutating serum inside. But it doesn't work because they keep burping and the CO2 counteracts the effects. So
stupid.
They have to use a
I mean,
fire
awesome.
extinguisher to put more CO2 in Toka and Razor's lungs to make it work.
Yeah, I forgot this movie was so
I hate you.
scientific.
I hate you so much. So that happens.
I mean, this is like something out of a Andy Weir novel.
And anyway, so this fight takes a while though. This fight where they've got to use a fire extinguisher to make Toka and Razor breathe in CO2 so they'll stop burping, so the anti-mutagen will take effect.
Mm-hmm.
While this fight takes what seems like forever, which it does,
Short movie.
Vanilla Ice just starts singing the same song he just made up again.
Does he?
He starts it over.
That's brilliant. Oh
He's
my
like,
God, these stairs.
and he's
This game
probably
is
like,
so stupid.
he's like, you know what? He's like, this is a brand new song. It's going to be a hit. People are going to want to hear it more than once. Which actually, to be fair, for those that have forgotten Vanilla Ice, this is true. This isn't made up. He made a dual-sided record, which that's a thing. Look it up. I'm not making this up.
I mean, that's
he made a dual-sided record.
A-side and B-side.
Both sides basically had remixes because the front side was Play That Funky Music White Boy, but rap version, because that's an old song.
Right.
Lay down and boogie and play that funky music till you die. Till you die. Anyway, so that's the A side. The B side was the now infamous Ice Ice Baby.
Okay.
And so they really hoped the A side would get played and be popular, but it just wasn't. Poor Vanilla Ice. And so apparently some record DJ at a radio station, these are things, I'm not making up terms, all of these things are real, flipped the album over and played the B side, and they just kept getting calls to play it over and over again. So unofficial Vanilla Ice, like canon, like real life, he did exist in a world where his music was like, his brand new hits were so popular, people were like, keep playing it, play it again.
It's true.
Everybody, so I can't exactly fault him.
Love that song.
In universe for thinking that people are gonna want to hear ninja rap again.
Like, he's like, this is now the only song I know. Because was he rapping like when they walked in? Like, was he?
Yeah, they're playing on stage, and then they stop.
What was he like playing when they walked in?
I don't know, actually. I'm gonna have to go. I hate you. I have to look it up again. I really don't want to.
No, this is important.
Yes, this is important work.
Do you know that Vanilla Ice drove a Mustang?
What type?
A Fox body. Ah. Terrible.
So explain that again. What type of body?
Fox body. So that's what the third gen Mustangs are called, from 1979 to 1993.
Can I ask a silly question?
Yeah.
Does it look like a fox?
No.
So why is it called a fox body?
I actually don't remember. Cars just have all kinds of names. They just have lots of names. I can look that up. I've read it before, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Why is it called a? But that
ChatGPT is going to be like, the Fox Body is a popular game made by RixterGT. His follow-up to Mega Man Secret.
It was just because it was Ford's Fox platform. Like, Ford actually called the platform the Fox. And so, like, a car company will build lots of different cars off the same, like, base, and they'll just modify it a little bit.
So why is the base called the Fox?
I don't know. You'd have to ask someone at Ford.
Why isn't that on like the Wikipedia site or whatever you're looking at?
All right.
Right, you ready for this?
It's just the internal code name.
That's very
F1.
underwhelming.
Yeah, like I said, it's not that interesting. It's
It really is not, which is sad because it started strong. Like I don't actually even blame you for this. Like because it literally could have started off with like, the Fox body was named because like one of the developers saw Fox or something, but nope.
yeah, who knows how companies get these internal names most of the time. But you know the car I had forever, that black one, that was a Fox body. So
So
basically,
wait. Do you know Vanilla Ice?
I basically do. I basically am friends with him.
Sweet. That's one of the clips I use all the time, and I've actually used it on Jeff a few times when I've talked back and forth. They're not the same. So for those that don't know, Vanilla Ice, like the biggest thing he ever did was make a song called Ice Ice Baby, which is just it's a banger.
It's good, yeah.
But let's be clear, it is 100% just rapping over the bass line of Under Pressure by Vanilla Ice by, by
Also by
Vanilla
Vanilla
Ice and
Ice.
Queen. He's ripping off himself. You never saw it coming. By Vanilla Ice and sorry, I did it again. By David Bowie and Queen. One of my most depressing moments in life is you remember me in college. I always like to have I like to bet. They're always low stakes, so I never bet a lot, but I
Mhm.
love betting. You know me.
It's true. We you used to bet me like 7 cents for like whatever random number you came up with all the time.
What I used to do with you is when we would go bowling together, I would
Yeah,
arbitrarily offer you rewards for
that's
splits
what it
based on their
was.
hardness. So I'd be like, if you get the 7-10 split, I'll give you $100. And then if it was like, just like kind of the two pins right next to each other with a little gap in between them. So really, if you just hit in the middle, you'd be fine.
Mhm.
I'd be like, all right, 7 cents.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got in a bet with a friend where we were arguing over who wrote Under Pressure. 'Cause I knew Under Pressure from a greatest hits of Queen
Mhm.
that I had. And he was like, it's not Queen, it's David Bowie. I was like, you're wrong. It's Queen. And guess what?
What?
It was both.
But who wrote
Lamest
it?
bet ever. What?
Why does
That's a
my
push.
why does my why does my chicken go away?
But
Like,
yeah, so Vanilla,
did they actually like co-write it, or like I
yeah,
knew it was
it's
like
co-written.
okay.
Yeah, because I think like it's David Bowie's like doing some of the vocals. Like you can hear him.
Yeah. And like Ice Ice Baby, like using that bass line and or the music, that by itself is fine because like music in general and especially rap, like they will use other people's music and samples and that kind of thing all the time, but they don't like usually pretend that they didn't. And
Well, what's interesting because I've seen more than like it's there was a time in this world
hmm
where we didn't have streaming.
hmm,
We just had this thing called television. You kind of would just watch what was on. And we had these two stations. One was called MTV, which was short for music television, and another one called VH1. And both of them had the premise that they would play music videos, which was videos with music behind it, usually made by the same people
and
that
what
made
did
the music.
VH1 stand for?
Video Hertz One.
Video Hertz. That's what you're going.
Video Hertz.
Wasn't it Video Hits?
Is it Video Hits? That makes a lot of sense. What does the H in VHS stand for?
In VHS?
Yeah, VHS, because you have like VHS cassettes, right?
What do any of the letters stand for?
I'm assuming the V is video, right?
I assume so. Video home system? I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's go with that. We're
That
teaching
sounds
a
good.
lot on we're teaching a
We
lot on
we
our
we could look it up, but let's
stream.
just assume.
Let's just video home system. We'll go with that.
Yeah. But yeah, so for whatever reason with like VH1, I was like, oh, isn't that just like the VH like VHS cassette? I'd never thought about that until today. And I could look up and learn something useful and enrich my life, but instead I'm playing Castlevania 3. What do you
In
think? You said you got to be up early. It's about 10:20. I could give this like 2 or 3 goes and maybe end about 15. That work for
how
you or do?
how are you doing on finishing the game? What's your
This is
assessment
the
there?
very last level.
Do you think you can beat it?
Yes, I have beaten it.
I mean, soon?
Yes.
If I
And
think you should just beat it. Just beat it.
famous last words when Landon misses his flight. His family was like, "Where were you?" He's like, "Dre said he could beat it." And then I said, "I didn't say beat it. I said eat it. It was a Weird Al parody."
Oh.
Have you seen the Weird Al Roku movie with Harry Potter as the lead?
No, I wanted to. Or I want
And
to, I should say. It's
then
not
you
like
were
I
like,
just want you
"Man,
not
I'd
to.
have to click on a link."
It's
That's
like,
too
I don't
much
know, I
work.
better watch Five Goes
Five
West
Goes
instead.
West.
Give him the lazy eye.
How? It's not good. It's not. It's not even passable. Like,
It is passable. How is it not passable?
because it's not.
What in? Why not? Oh
It
crap, I did
just
not mean to jump there. Am I going to live?
no.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a great movie, but like from the things I've sat through for this, even just for like nerd, like the Ewoks movies, like they're not good
Okay,
either.
that's a tough one. Where
He-Man,
5 Goes
maybe.
West versus Ewoks: The Battle for Endor is tough.
Ah, these birds.
That
Now I'm
is,
back down here,
I will grant you that is a very, very tough side by side.
right?
But like, same point. Okay, how bad? What did you think of Ewoks: The Battle for Endor?
Um,
Would you call that bad
yeah.
if you were talking to someone? But you wouldn't call 5 Goes West bad.
Um, I
The
don't
fact that
know.
you have to think about it is already a failing answer.
I already said it's not good. Is that
That
is
is
that
not the
bad?
same as saying it's bad and you know it.
Uh, I don't know. It's not like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, and
What is? I'm actually curious. This isn't like a dig. I'm actually just actually curious. It's like, what is something horrible you've seen that I would consider like, we've both seen bad stuff. Like as an example, I'm a gainfully unemployed patron, and so
Mhm.
they have Friday night movie nights. And Dave Bell has like he's a really talented screenwriter, but he also has eclectic tastes, and I think that's kind of in general true for like film folk,
Mhm.
where they're like, yeah, this, I mean, it kind of the exact argument we're having here, where I'm like, yeah, it's not good, but you can see this aspect of it or whatever. Um, I saw the Chainsaw Massacre 2,
Okay.
like the sequel that they came up to it, and that is not a good movie.
I believe it. When was that
But
made?
80s, and it's actually kind of Gremlins 2ish in that it's kind of self-satirizing, but you know.
Yeah, a lot of those slasher movies kind of are. But so what is that like the worst movie you've ever seen? or is
I
that
don't
just
know
like
what the worst movie I've ever seen is. That's a hard question, but I am curious on like something that might be more mainstream or popular that you like genuinely consider bad.
um Transporter 2 is
Huh.
the worst movie ever made. If we're
Transporter
talking
2.
about like things people might have actually seen, like, because if you
Yeah,
want to know
like
what
well,
the
because it's a
actual worst
mainstream
movie ever
franchise.
is,
Well, we probably don't know, but what do you got?
I do know, and you would know too if you've seen it. It's this movie called Narcosis. Back when Netflix had just a lot of like random movies, and this is a movie watched with a friend like back in the day, and we just had some movie night where we'd pick some stupid looking movie, and this was just kind of painful and completely incomprehensible. And
Narcosis.
it's the movie I described as, if it were any worse, it would be a psychological experiment.
Huh.
Which maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Like, the movie made no sense. I don't remember what it's about. I just remember it's one of these like super low budget,
Hmm.
which sometimes those have their own amount of charm, you know, and they're fine. They're bad, but you still kind of enjoy them, like when you're
Or you're
watching them
like,
with
I see
friends or
what you were
whatever.
going for if you'd had more money.
Yeah, yeah. But this just made no sense at all.
Hmm. All right. Narcosis.
But
You know, an
Transporter,
interesting movie that shows up a lot on lists is X versus Sever, and I just don't think it's as bad as it gets a rap for. I don't understand why it's like Rotten Tomatoes score is so bad.
I've I remember watching that because that was popular back in the day, right? Because it had like big names. Um, it had like a Game Boy Advance game.
It did? All right.
Yeah, like one of the few like first-person shooters on the GBA.
Hmm.
But I remember watching it and it was just super boring, and I couldn't figure out why, because it had like all the stuff going on screen that
Oh,
you would
that's a
think
good
is cool.
similar movie, and I do actually want to let you get back to Transporter too, because that's a good pick actually. I was gonna say we watched this together, the follow up to Equilibrium, Ultraviolet, and Ultraviolet and X versus Sever both have a very similar plot line, and they're both like bad.
Ultraviolet, the follow-up to.
Well, it's the same. It's the director who made Equilibrium.
Oh, okay.
And it was funny because like on the Equilibrium sound. Okay, so by the way, I'm at the real Dracula,
Nice. Everybody watch
Uh,
him. Everyone
and
stop
oh my
watching what
god,
I'm
and let's
doing.
see.
Like, just don't
This
look.
is my
Don't.
favorite first part. So Dracula's like, "What if I light you on fire?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna light you on fire."
Oh,
Then Dracula turns into a giant floating head,
makes sense.
as you do,
As you do.
as you do. Um,
Right down
and his
to
last
1
form is awesome.
HP. 1 HP comfort zone.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm just. I just feel more.
Got hit by. As you know, Dracula, infamous for turning into a laser shooting bat demon.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Oh,
No.
um.
You're never getting out of here. Sorry. I was so good too. I had so much life that should like I just need to be a little more cautious, and I got it. Okay. I'll do it again. We got this.
Going again.
Yeah, okay. Actually, let's hear you talk about Transporter too. And then I'll go back to X versus Sever or whatever.
All right. So, as we all know, Transporter 1 was a super awesome movie, and we all liked it.
Now, one thing I'll even give them, they had some restraint because I remember in the credits or in the trailer, he like blocks a missile with like
Yeah,
a tray,
like a cookie sheet or something. Yeah, it
and they
was.
had the wherewithal in the final version just be like, nah.
I actually forgot about that. I forgot they took that out. Yeah, because that was like one of the memorable things from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But
But
anyway,
transport,
so
I mean, it was a clever idea. I mean, it had plot holes galore from the get-go that are, and to a degree, Deus Ex Machina, because like it starts out and he does all this amazing stuff. Like he's basically hired to be the driver for a bank robbery.
Hmm.
And in the bank robbery, he like drives up onto like a car, like one of those cars that transports cars.
Car
Um,
carrier.
yeah, that works. And you're like, okay, this is stupid, and it's also kind of cool because like when he picks the guys up, they're like, he's like, you told me there were four of you, there are five, and they're like, well, we changed the plan, and he's like, well, the wheels I bought aren't going to work for that, so they have to kill a guy, and it's like, ah, so it's kind of stupid, but still enjoyable. And then the premise is like, he gets kind of fake tricked into human trafficking, and he's
Right.
like, I have my standards despite the fact that I literally killed a guy in the first scene. But to be fair, that is kind of the proper like Han Solo anti-hero thing, right? Where you start them despicable and do show them have a change of heart, and it makes the heart change, more palatable.
Yeah, and but the important thing is in Transporter One, what does he do? Oh, did you just beat
He
it? Oh no, you're still fighting that guy.
he transports.
He transports, right? What does he do in Transporter Two?
I don't remember transporter.
He fights guys while wearing bicycle pedals for shoes.
He did do that. That was in the second.
Yeah, I think so. Because the third was maybe the most, maybe even worse, but less disappointing. Transporter 2 is the most disappointing movie I've ever seen because Transporter 1 was awesome. This was back when, like, when was Transporter made? It was, I'm gonna look it up. Transporter movie, 2002. So this was around like when Fast and Furious was still like new and popular, and like there were like cars were cool, and so like this movie had cars, or like a car. It had driving because he was transporting. That was literally his job. That's what he was supposed to do. Transporter 2, it's just Jason Statham beating people up. And
Which is what Jason Statham does.
yeah, and it was, and so like went to the theater and watched it, and it was just so disappointing that for years, me and my friends, like, we measured movies by how many times better than Transporter 2 they were. So like Wanted was like 100 times better than Transporter 2, for example.
Okay. What about Fast and the Furious 3 Tokyo Drift? The weakest of the Fast and the Furious.
It is not the
It's
weakest. It's
what's the
why
weakest?
would
Then
you
I
even
don't
say
know.
that?
It's not the good one. Like,
4 is the
isn't that considered?
weakest.
4 is the weakest. Okay, rank the Fast and the Furiouses.
Um, I haven't seen 9 or 10 yet. Is 10 even out? I don't even know. But I've
I thought
seen
it
the
was Fast
first.
X.
Yeah. I did this not that long ago. But now I don't remember what I said, and I don't know if I can find the text because I think I was talking to these guys in chat about it. Um, do you guys remember how I ranked the Fast and Furious
What?
movies?
What?
All right, no, so
What nonsense is this?
this is my life. My life is lived
You're
one.
asking your friends to remember a conversation you had so that you can. Ah, I was too slow. I didn't realize how. I thought I was right up on Dracula there, but I was not.
Not, nah, three was not. Three wasn't the best. I do like
Oh,
three, and
clearly
I
not.
liked it a lot more when it was in theaters. Yeah, one is the best. One is the best Fast and Furious movie. Arguably, it's the only good one. Um, Not arguable, arguing by me, because I know that's not true. But so yeah, one is the best. Two, it instantly went off the rails, so that kind of set the stage for future Fast and Furious movies. But yeah, so one is the best, then five, because that's when they took the Too Fast, Too Furious formula and decided just to run with it, stop taking themselves seriously, and just make a crazy action movie with lots of cool cars. Um, then probably seven, because it's a lot like five. So after Too Fast, Too Furious. Post Tokyo Drift, they kind of went like the even-numbered Fast and Furious movies took themselves way too seriously, which is really just 4 and 6. They were trying to be more like the first one, was like kind of serious, kind of gritty, even this kind of ridiculous premise, but they were just not good. Like after Too Fast, Too Furious, the series can never take itself seriously again, and they just have to like embrace that, right? And so 5, that's what they did. 7, that's what they did. 8 surprised me because I thought it was going to be terrible because 4 and 6 were terrible, but 8 was pretty good. I liked it. So the rankings
Okay,
probably
let's hear.
would probably be like
Oh man, I should have been prepared for this. I should have had the tiers lists, but I
tiers
didn't.
list. Oh.
Oh, we got to do that sometime. That's much easier. So, Landon, bless you for being a supportive friend. One of the things I'm a huge fan of is basketball. I do the Box Score Geek show with my other friend Brian. I have more than one friend. Can you believe it? It's wild.
I I believe it.
I have at least 3 friends. If we're judging friends by people that I record content that I put out into the world with.
That's the definition of a friend, yeah.
Well, will it do it for not money? Because I'd be sad if I was like, I've got friends, and they're like, "Are you talking about coworkers?" I'm like, "No, shut up." Um, but so we did the other night like a trial run. I wrote some code to automate image, like I could basically download like almost any basketball player's headshot from Basketball Reference.
Okay.
And that is, I hate stairs so much in this stupid game. I could download almost any basketball player's headshot from Basketball Reference, and then there's a cool library that lets you write on it. So I was able to make a spreadsheet of a bunch of basketball players' nicknames and then automatically generate images of those basketball players and use a free tool called Tier Maker where you grade anything. But in this case, we went basketball players' names from S tier, which is elite, to A, B, C, or D,
Okay.
which follow standard letter conventions.
Right.
And we did that last night. We did that for like 137, I want to say, nicknames,
That's a lot.
which some might say is too many. And we did that in under 2 hours. And
That's
I'm like,
impressive.
we are awesome. Brian is awesome. Brian Foster, my co-host on that, and one-time nerd co-host, also awesome. But we did that, but like tier making actually is not supposed to be that hard. Like we basically did a stress test of it, right? Whereas what you could do, and I'm sure we would not even be the only one, but the Fast and the Furious tiers.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Right.
been done. And I would be interested to see what like
In fact, I'm willing to bet if you go to tiermaker.com or whatever the site is called, um, that template probably exists.
yeah. But yeah, so
You got to see 9 and 10 so we can do that for real one of these days.
yeah, I'll finish them up. Right now I think the order is 1, 5, 7, 3, 8, 4, 6. I mean 6, 4. 6 was better than 4. I think. I don't
You
know.
fool, you've
I
really been secretly seeding a random number generator.
like no. Um I've only seen the first Expendables, so I would have to just say 1. That's my list.
Of Expendables.
Yeah. I don't know why I haven't seen the rest of them. Like, 'cause that's
Too busy
thanks.
watching Five Goes West. That's your excuse now for everything.
Yeah, too
Why
busy
didn't
watching
you?
Five Goes West. $2 and 44 minutes for an Expendables movie.
Too long, some would say.
That is way too long. Movies don't need to be that long. Like that's not most movies. Not unless it's about a transporter who's actually transporting stuff. But we'll never have that again because they just don't make car movies anymore. And
Sound
they
like
sort
such
and
an old. You
they
sound like such an old person.
well, especially when that statement is kind of true like if you're talking about like the 60s and 70s like cuz that's when
Oh,
they
like
made car
actually,
movies.
actually, that organically showed up because we talked about the French Connection because Rudy Gobert,
Gone in
his
61
C
seconds.
tier nickname is the French Rejection. And
Okay.
we were like, no. But Brian did make sure to say French Rejection, good movie.
Nice. Yeah, that was good. And like all the Steve McQueen movies, like Bullet is kind of a boring movie, but it's got a great car chase. The original Gone in 60 Seconds is ridiculous. Vanishing Point,
The Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg.
Italian Job. But like then they made like Fast and Furious, or the Fast and the Furious, the first one, which was great. In the guy, the director made it because he watched like a documentary, I think called The Fast and the Furious, or was reading an article or something about, it, and it was talking about like real life street racing scene, and he's like, oh, that'd make a cool movie, and he was right, it did make a cool movie, and it captured a little bit like what car ownership and car enthusiasts were like in the 90s, right? We were out there hijacking
My
trucks
favorite
on the open
scene is
road.
where, he has to like finance the car and then he's got to pay and he's debating whether to lease or buy and then
Right?
he's got to make the payments, but then
Does
the
he want that
interest
extended
rate
warranty? And
yeah.
just want roadside
That scene in Gone
assistance.
in
Like,
60
yeah,
Seconds when Nicolas Cage is like, now tell me, do I want a spoiler on this car or not?
yeah. But then they like quickly just aren't about cars anymore. And the Fast and Furious movies do have a lot of cars in them, which are very cool. But then they have like one crazy car scene and then a lot of fight scenes, which is the same thing Transporter 2 did, right? They're like, wow, it's way cheaper just to have Jason Statham in a room punching people than it is to have cars driving around.
Hey, interesting question. Jason Statham guy who stopped driving
Yeah,
in the transporter.
yeah.
What do you think it'd be like if he joined the Fast and the Furious? Ah, I deserve that universe for that smart ass comment. But you're
Oh, I
punishing
just saw
Landon
him.
too.
Oh, no.
You're punishing Landon too. You're not just punishing me, universe.
Landon, too fast, too furious.
Yeah.
But
Is when a car movie, or is El Mariachi asking about when we're gonna watch Gone in 60 Seconds?
no, he's
Gone in
wondering
61?
yeah, when are they gonna make Gone in 61 Seconds? Sequel to Gone in 60 Seconds. I'd watch
That's a
it,
good title.
especially if it's got Nick Cage in it.
I remember that got a lot of popularity. Dan Harmon getting super upset that the sequel to Now You See Me isn't called Now You Don't. He's like, it's called Now You See Me 2. He's like, now you don't. He's like, literally, that
It's
was
handed to you. Yeah,
it's
like
yeah, it's
it's
like that's not a question. You almost like feel annoyed. You're like, oh, if, like, because as an example, the He-Man movie is one of the most famous. The Super Mario Brothers movie for um like saying they're gonna have a sequel and then not, which just makes it so hilarious. Like at the end of He-Man, spoilers for those who haven't watched it, Frank Langella's Skeletor like pops up almost like Freddy's dead and is like, I'll be back. And then at the end of Super Mario Brothers, I forget what she is because she's not Princess Peach. Daisy? Something? I don't know.
might be Daisy.
Might be Daisy. I
I
don't know. But she
still don't
shows
know
up
what
and
you
is
did
like, we
last
got to go
summer.
back to the future.
Hmm.
Think right? That's what happens. She
That
comes with
sounds right.
the
Yeah.
DeLorean with the nuclear powered reactor on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure that happens.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
You know what's weird?
Yeah.
Somebody on the electrical box across the street from my apartment wrote, "I know what you did last summer." It's been like this graffiti that's been on there for years, I guess, but it's the most random thing ever. Because it's the only thing on there. It's the only graffiti on this box. Someone wrote all giant, "I know what you did last summer."
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I don't even know what I did last summer.
I've beaten this game. I'm not lying to you. All right, this is my last life. I'm gonna try one more time, and if not, then we'll wait 2 weeks. How's that sound?
All right.
It's
Well,
all
this
down to this.
at least, well, you got to Dracula, which is looks pretty true to Bram Stoker's Dracula. Very
Mhm.
accurate,
Last life, last try.
accurate game. But I believe I got faith in you. I believe you. We're gonna do it. We just got to get that hype train going and
I'm gonna
some
fall off one
bits
of these
maybe.
stupid
When
bells
maybe can we
now.
get some bits for
I
nerd
swear to God, if
numbers?
any of you, if any of you give me money, I'm gonna be so furious for this. Um, No!
What
Okay,
happened?
actually, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe
Oh,
one more go round, or you? I'm okay being. I can go either way. It's your time, not mine.
give it one more try. We can go till
Okay.
midnight and then.
Well, I'll
Uh,
go. I'll go more officially. One more kind of continue, if that makes any
yeah.
sense. All
Because
right.
it would be.
I hate myself. I hate this game. Also, I'm off to a bad start already because I like grabbing the axe to get through a section easier,
Mhm.
and I got hit, and so I fell and didn't get the axe. But worst case, I'll just die here and get it again, but then I'll lose a life, which is a bummer.
Would be a bummer. But yeah, then like Transporter 3, like I don't even think anything happened. Like I think nothing happened in that movie and then it was over.
Han died in that movie, remember?
No, he didn't.
He did. The
Even
third
in
one?
the Transporter?
Yeah. Han wasn't in the transporters?
No, but did you know that Han is a character in a non-Fast and Furious movie?
Yeah, Star Wars.
And that is the unofficial like origin story of Han from Fast and Furious, not Star Wars. Yeah, what is that movie?
Wow,
I don't.
I actually got through. Didn't think I was going to get through that section without losing a life. I can lose here because there's a spawn point.
Very nice.
I didn't mean to lose there, but I can. Um, yeah, so I'll have I have up to 2 tries at Dracula, depending on if I die. So that's yeah.
He
Is
was
there another movie with
in.
like the actual character Han from the Fast and the Furious movies? That isn't there, right?
Yeah, like it's that character
What movie?
in. I'm looking it up now because I haven't seen it. It is. Oh gosh.
Bit?
Yeah, you're getting bits for the hype.
No. In response, when you jokingly said that I'm going to claim intentionally died in protest. That's fine. All right. At least I'm going to make it to Dracula with a very low life. But Dracula's not, like, strictly speaking hard. It's just, to be honest, that's like one thing I didn't practice a ton, but I actually like beat Dracula on my second try ever. So I'm very frustrated with this.
Better Luck Tomorrow is the name of the movie.
He's in Better Luck Tomorrow? That's got
Yeah.
John Cho in it. And in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, the first movie, some people come by and like throw stuff at them, and then they yell "Better luck tomorrow," and that's a reference to that too. That is a messed up movie.
So Harold and
Good
Kumar
movie.
are in is a Fast and Furious movie, is what I'm hearing.
Not quite, because the I don't want to spoil Better Luck Tomorrow for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't want you to either. But yeah, Better Luck Tomorrow has Han, the character from Fast and Furious, in it.
Huh. Weird.
I know, it is weird. Same director. What's the same director? Harold and Kumar and Tokyo Drift.
Really?
I know.
Is that for real? That's awesome.
I don't think so. Oh, okay. Who is the directed by? Oh, Justin Lin. So yeah, he did direct Better Luck Tomorrow and Tokyo Drift.
I am so excited about Better Luck Tomorrow and Tokyo Drift, the greatest movies of all time. That was that excitement.
He did do a bunch of the Fast and Furious movies.
Are you not watching?
I am now. Did you beat it? Look, it's on a delay, okay? Now I
No, listen, I don't
now
know.
now I see that you beat it. All right.
You need some a magic technology that will let you go back in time.
I am back in time. Always back in time. So for anybody who's still here wondering, like this ending that you're seeing on my stream now, there's different endings to this game depending on what character
No,
you
there
meet
is
with.
one. We're never playing this game again. This is all that happens. Dracula is dead and all other spirits are asleep. Sypha, the vampire killer, has had a bad life, but since she has met Trevor, she is beginning to feel more comfortable with herself. Yeah, that was the issue. Like her self-image. She's a vampire hunter.
I mean, she was a statue for hundreds of years. Do we even know?
Do we know how long? After this fight, the Belmont name shall be honored by all people. We're done.
There it is.
We broke Dracula's curse.
We did it.
Thank God. Right. Never again.
Good job,
Unless,
team.
like, I'll throw this out there. I've made this point on other podcasts and stuff before.
We're not starting on
I will never lie about not being willing to sell out. Like, people, like, you could give me money, and I will do stuff. But a lot of stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not worth the money. El Mariachi's coming to start over. You sound like my 6-year-old. By the way, I'm gonna end with some silly kid stories because I'm a parent and that's what we do. I'm so excited, and we'll be done before your midnight your time. So my kiddo at bedtime, he wasn't listening one night, so I threatened to just whisper the story to his stuffed animal dog if he wasn't going to pay attention. And guess what I do every night now? I whisper because he thinks it's funny. And he likes that. So I have to whisper, and I have to whisper loud enough so he can hear, but then soft enough so he still qualifies it as a whisper. And then tonight, he randomly turned the lights out on me, so I started making up a story in protest. I was reading him a Curious George story. And so I just randomly said an alligator appeared. And so he turned on the lights and like, no, let's read that alligator part. And now I have to make up alligator.
What's this about an alligator?
Yeah, so anyway. All right. Thanks everybody for putting up with like 3 years of that. We're actually going to go back to our roots on this show, which is stuff that either Landon or myself have made, mostly Landon. with Radical Racers in 2 weeks. How do you? I'm actually super excited about this on many fronts because I think we've discussed this. I think the original game plays pretty well. I think there are some clunky parts, but you and I both agree with that.
Mhm.
And like we've even talked this show, I've laughed about how you responded correctly to the criticism, right? Where I'm like, this part was a little rough. You're like, you think that was rough? You should see this other thing. It's even rougher. And I'm like, well, that wasn't what I expected, but all right. But yeah, what's your plan for Radical Racers?
Um, I'm not sure. You mean as far as like the stream goes,
Yeah,
or
what do we want to do? We can do whatever you want.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that because I've we can just kind of like play the game a little bit and I can talk about it. I also have been spending a lot of time just with the game remaking it after all this time, and it is like one of my oldest projects, right?
I still think you should make the last race have a boss looking car, but not an official boss car because you don't want to get sued. And that should be the final boss. That's my input
Could,
to the
yeah.
game.
But like I don't know. I've thought about even just solo doing like a dev stream just because I could probably spend like 8 hours on a Saturday talking about the project start to finish, which is probably too much and
I
no one would
wish
find
we
very
had the time
interesting.
for that. I have
But
said that, like, that's the whole point is like, if we ever get to the point where someone's like, we'll give you 3 billion bits, which translates to, I don't know, $20 or something, that would be enough. So, like, 3 trillion bits, which translates, like 10,000 or whatever. It's like, yeah, I will absolutely talk Radical Racers for 8 hours if that ever happens.
that would be amazing.
Or if we
But
ever reach, either of us get independently wealthy, make that a promise. I'll buy you a half a boss. Sorry, inflation hit what I
yeah,
promised in the
fair
past.
fair enough.
I was gonna buy you a boss 429 at one point, and the prices went up. So you now
Yeah,
get
yeah.
half of a boss car.
Okay. Well, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I don't know if I want to do like a full, you know, devlog. Like, and like I said, part of the or like I was gonna say, part of the reason I would be interested in doing that is really just for me, just like for my own kind of documenting the history of it. I don't know.
Why don't we do part one? So we do the original one, the one on space debris, debris, however you want to say it. The
mm,
French pronounce it debris, and it's debris in the United States.
yeah, that yeah, that sounds right.
Will you give that to me? Am I allowed to take that?
I'll give that to you. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's good.
But yeah, you can go to Space Debrix, that's spelled DEBRIX.com, and it's there. You can play the original Radical Racers that's been ported. I don't know if you've got the follow-up one. Apologies, I haven't checked your site recently. I have
It's,
been wasting all of my time on Castlevania 3.
no, I don't have the new one
Okay,
up
yeah.
yet, but I can put that up
But yeah,
whenever.
that being said, you've got that there. It would be cool to just kind of play it, discuss it. I don't know if we want to get like, I don't know if there, in your opinion, if there's benefit to showing, it would be you, not me. I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to be traveling and not be good enough at that point to beat it, but it would be cool. I don't know if there's value in beating it or, if there's any way for you to get a save state to where you're close enough to like show the end. If there's any value that we could do that for sure. And then, go from there either, if we want to spend 2 weeks on the original and then if the new one's in a good enough state. Cause yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, your overview of Mega Man's Secret, was just really cool to hear and play and all that. So
Yeah, I mean, if you or anybody finds that kind of thing interesting, like it's a very personal project, I guess, because like the game itself is not amazing, right? Like it's
I
something I
would,
made like
well,
as I was learning how to
well, I was
program,
going to say
right?
amazing would be hard, but I mean, I don't say the same thing about Mega Man. It's like, it's, like okay, like in terms of transporter 2 scales or 50 goes west scales or whatever, it's like no, it's like I disagree with you fundamentally that 50 goes west passes as an acceptable to watch movie. I was furious at myself and I was like and you heard on the Nerd Podcast I was like apologizing to Jeff and Kim. I'm sorry I made you watch this. Technically it's Kim's fault though because she remembered it. So anyway, but
True.
she didn't deserve that. Having a good memory of pop culture doesn't mean you deserve to see a horrible movie. But no, Radical Racers, I would say, you know, easy scale. If I rented that in 1989, I would not be upset because you and I have both played Nintendo games with clunkier surrounding interfaces you can't understand and less fun game dynamics.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take it. That's
And I could even see like owning that game and because that's the other thing. Like, you'd buy a game and it wouldn't like I loved Castlevania too, and that was like a game that I bought, and that's like what you have to play, and there are lots of clunky parts, but you just kind of learn how to get around them because like that's what you got. So like I could see Radical Racers like a 7 to 9 year old me. I could see owning that game, playing it, not having a problem with it, and enjoying it. Unless it
nice.
gets a lot worse in later stages, so we'll see.
Um, it does have some balance issues, especially with the remake, like El Mariachi said in the chat here. It's I was able to get through and beat it, but it took me a while, and it gets very difficult. So that's part of what I'm trying to fix with like the next iteration, and also why I'm been spending way too much time recreating the old tools I made to like edit the the game and like the races and stuff, just to try and balance that out a little bit. But anyway,
Oh, I'm going to give you a brief spoiler before we head out to Nerd because I misunderstood. Jeff May suggested "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead" as a possible replacement for Real Genius on season 5, and I'm like,
oh.
we can't do that. It's Landon's fault. But anyway,
Nice.
but yeah, so I'll say what 2 weeks we'll do Radical Racers. That'll be fun. Thanks everybody for putting up with us through this. And also, so how about this? Can we do two things on next show? They're
Okay.
both going to be easy. Um, this might be too much overhead, so we can wait till you do this. I think for a realistic tier list, you
See
need
you,
to
El
watch
Mariachi.
9 and
Thanks
10.
for
Yeah. Well, thank you. But yeah, you need to watch 9 and 10 for Fast and the Furious. So when you've completed that, we can do a tier list on the show,
Okay, that would be fun. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we can do Radical Racers. So we got stuff in the pipe, everybody.
Sounds like a bunch of car stuff. Looking forward to it.
All right. I should let you get to sleep. Have a good night, man.
All right. Thanks. You too. And thanks everybody. I'll see you next time.
Peace.